Hi guys, long time no see. This is my first video and I think about 6 months. I'm so sorry I took such a long break. It was for happy reasons. So I got engaged over the summer and I have spent the last 6 to 8 months wedding planning. I just got married a week ago and now I am free to film videos again, and I'm so happy to be back taking inspiration from my wedding. Today I have the top 5 men's fragrances to get married, so my top 5 grooms fragrances, and I'm excited to share them with you today. For those of you who it's their first time on my channel, my name is Ashley. I'm a classically trained perfumer working for the leading fragrance house in the world, creating fragrances for them. And I like to give kind of an insider's perspective on the fragrance world. If that's something that interests you, you can follow me here on YouTube, on Instagram, and on TikTok. So what am I looking for in a wedding fragrance? So for me personally, and also for my now husband, I wanted something that when I smelled this fragrance, it would immediately transport me to that day. So it's a fragrance that I personally only want to wear on special occasions like our anniversary, so that I really keep that smell tied to that date. Many of you probably already know this, but your sense of smell is your only sense that directly connects to where memory is stored in the brain. All your other senses go through the frontal cortex and are processed and then kind of associate with a memory. But smell can really immediately bring that memory back, and that's really what I wanted here. And that's also why when you smell something, you get that memory so quickly. It's thought to be our oldest sense, one of the first senses we developed as humans. So it is very, very special and very useful for these significant moments in our lives. So I'm going to do a version of this video for brides where I'll share what I wore on my wedding day. The last fragrance in this video will be what my husband wore on his wedding day. I did help him select it. And yeah, I hope that this video will help you choose your special fragrance. So my criteria. Your wedding day is so full of emotion, even if you're not nervous. So before my formal wedding day, we had actually legally gotten married about a month before. And I was so surprised just how full of excitement and joy and happiness I was on that day. But it is really hard to think straight. And if you have kind of a weaker fragrance, you're not gonna notice it and you're not gonna make those scent associations. So the very first criteria I have is that you have a very strong fragrance on your wedding day. It's your wedding. You can be the star. You can have the loud fragrance. Your coworker is not going to be like, you smell bad, you know, or, oh, you smell strong, or, oh, it gives me a headache. You know, it's you and the person you love. They want to smell you. You want to remember the day with this smell, and you want something, you're not going to have time to reapply. Weddings are go, go, go. You want something that's going to carry with you. So all the fragrances here are beast mode or can be built to beast mode. You know, you can choose your own experience, but definitely after a few sprays of all 5 of these fragrances, you're going to be able to smell yourself all day, which is what we want. So the first fragrance that I have, and I like all of these equally, but yeah, the first one is Ganymede by Marc-Antoine Barrois. I love this fragrance. It's so clean, mineralic, aquatic, and performing. It's not very sweet. It's this mix of kind of what space would smell like. It's neither natural nor synthetic. It's not like any other fragrance I've smelled, so that's nice to smell unique on your wedding day, but it's still extremely likable. I love this fragrance on my husband. I love how clean it makes him smell, just like very fresh. And to me, that's one of the sexiest smells, is clean skin or clean laundry, and it kind of has that vibe. So if you want to smell very strong, but you don't want to get too sweet or animalic or whatever, Ganymede. You're going to smell clean and sexy and unique all day long. Now, when I think of elegance and class, the first fragrance I think of is Dior Homme, or one of its many variations. The Parfum, the Intense, they're all wonderful. But with the Gentleman Givenchy Reserve Privé, long name, I think we have that same DNA, that same character in an even more long-lasting format. And so that's going to be my next pick. Any of the Dior Homes will work too. If you have that, you can just spray a lot of that on. But for a fragrance that you really just want to focus on that performance, I think the Gentleman Givenchy Reserve Privé gives you the same beauty with even more performance. When I first smelled this fragrance, I was like, okay, like another Dior Homme type, but I think it actually does bring something to the table with this magnificent performance, and it's what I would choose if you want that elegant iris masculine fragrance for your wedding. So as I mentioned, I had 2 weddings, and I realized for one of them that I actually didn't want to go so niche or so complicated in my fragrance. I wanted that really easy wear, so I wanted to include another really easy wear on my men's list, and that's the Aqua de Joe Profumo. So it's the original Aqua de Joe, and then they take it and they make it even more long lasting. They add a lot of like nice ambery cedar woodiness to it as well to give it more depth. But really, this is such an easy wear. It's this classic masculine scent. Most of you are familiar with Aqua de Joe. Again, they make it much more rounded, much more sexy, in my opinion, in a way that's still very elegant. But it's not a fragrance that you're going to be thinking about all day. I think you'll smell it and still be able to make that really important scent association, but it's just gonna like make the day glide by with you, if that makes sense. It's just an easy wear. You're going to enjoy it all day. You don't have to worry of like, oh, I'm tired of my fragrance. It's just one of those things where if you know you're going to be a little stressed on your wedding or anything like that, it's just kind of like a good comfort fragrance. Fragrances like that, these classics, I think they're like old friends, and I think it could be a really nice wedding day scent. So most of the fragrances on this list really shine in the spring and summer months because that's when the vast majority of weddings happen. But if you end up having a fall or winter or cold weather fragrance, my pick is going to have to be the original Spice Bomb Eau de Toilette. Although I have to say, I love pretty much all the Spice Bomb flankers, so if there's one you prefer, you can switch that in, but I think my heart lies with the original. And it's the perfect cold weather scent that's spicy and sweet without being too clubby or too sexy for a wedding. You know, it still has that groom gravitas. And again, in cold weather, that warmth is going to be so nice. I love winter weddings. I think they're so beautiful. And the spicy vanilla clove sexiness of this fragrance is going to be perfect to fit with the theme of your wedding, your surroundings, and the vibe overall. The last fragrance on my list is the fragrance that my husband wore on our wedding day. And what's really nice is actually because I was smelling him all day too, I associate both our fragrances with our wedding. So this is really lovely because when I wear my fragrance, you know, I remember some of my memories, you know, getting ready by myself and, you know, before I saw him. And when I smell him, it really transports me to our first look and exchanging our vows. I think scent is so important for your wedding day, and it's a choice you should make carefully. I think it is really nice to have a different fragrance for your wedding. One of the fragrances that me and my husband both love on him is Aqua Celestia Cologne Forte. I've talked about it for my favorites for men for summer, but he does tend to wear Ganymede a lot more regularly in the summer. So we decided to set aside the Aqua Celestia Cologne Forte as the special wedding day scent, and he smelled amazing. This is such a fresh, citrusy scent with performance, which is so rare. It's very sexy, aquatic. I love aquatics on men. I think they give a lot of masculinity. And again, just clean, refreshing, and easy wear for the day. And it was just absolutely perfect. I'm really excited also to share with you my favorite picks for women. So for the bride, if you're watching this video, you might be engaged, so you can share that one with your wife or your future wife. and it'll be coming soon. Again, I missed you guys so much. I am so happy to be back filming videos. If you liked this video, don't forget to like and subscribe and follow me on other platforms. Yeah, so I'll see you all in the next video. Bye everyone!